Hi guys, my name is Ashley Patrick. I'm so excited to be here with you today. So thank you guys for asking me to jump on and share. So I am actually going to share about exercise, nutrition, and mindset, and actually in that order. So let me bring up the group first, make sure I'm in the right group. And as you're jumping on, I want to know where you are watching from. And if you can hear me all right. I know technology isn't always the best. So, yes, I am in the right group. All right, here we go. So, I will share a little bit about myself. So, like I said, my name is Ashley Patrick. I live in Miltona, Minnesota, so a tiny little town. I was born and raised here, moved away, and came back because I love the area so much. I am a mom of 3. I have dogs. We have a cat. My husband's here. Like, it's just chaos outside of this room. So at any moment, a kid, a dog, or my husband might come running in here. So be prepared. But I have really been working on mindset for, oh my goodness, probably about 5 years solid. So I always heard that exercise is good for you and nutrition is good for you and mindset. Like, I didn't really know what that was, but I knew you should do a few things, right? So I'm here to share with you a few things I've done, some tips and tricks I've used, why it's good for you, and a little bit about my story and why I do it. So let's go back. I'm not very old. I am 28. I'll be 29 this year. But about 9 years ago, I have a 9-year-old. 9 years ago, I started really noticing that my energy was low. I have a health condition that I never really paid attention to until it got bad enough where I had to. My mood was always down. I didn't feel happy. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have self-confidence. You know, there's certain things that people think about when they look forward into their future, like they want to be healthy. Well, what does that mean, right? So healthy is different for everybody. So let's look into that first. So definition of healthy, it is, I will look it up right here. It says healthy means to be in good health mentally, physically, and emotionally. Does it mean skinny? No, it doesn't. Does it mean that you eat lettuce all the time? No, it doesn't, right? So that's honestly, like, that might sound silly, but that's what I thought exercise and being healthy meant. I thought it meant working your butt off, exercising, and eating like a bunny, okay? Not it. So let's get into exercise first. So exercise, I am a fitness coach. I am a health coach. I kind of work. My main thing is exercise, nutrition, and mindset, and it all goes together, and you'll see the connection here as we go. So first off, exercise. I always thought the goal was to be skinny. That's not the goal for most people. Some people do exercise to become skinny, okay? Some people want to lose weight or maintain weight loss. Most people that I've worked with, when they think of exercise, they want to feel better. It helps them control stress. It helps raise their mood. It actually releases endorphins, which are happy, right? It brings you happiness. There's people that have done it to feel better about themselves. As far as like energy, they do it for medical reasons. Like I started, whether that's a history of heart disease in the family, or if it's joint pain or pre-diabetic. You know, there's so many reasons why people want to be healthy, okay? And everybody has a different reason. Everybody watching here is probably going to have a different reason to want to be healthy, and exercise and do the nutrition and the mindset things. So whatever your reason is, I want you to think about that and write it down if you have to, okay? So we're going to go into this a little deeper. So exercise. What I've found, it does not mean you need to run 5 miles in one day. It does not mean, I mean, if you do, that's great, right? I don't run 5 miles. I've ran a 5K once in my life, okay? So there's bunch of different ways to get exercise in. You need to start where you're at. If you work out consistently right now, say you go on a walk. You walk on the treadmill every day or 5 days out of the week. That's kind of what I aim for, is 5 days out of the week. It does not have to be an everyday thing. Your body needs rest, right? So if you are currently doing that, you're going for walks, step it up. You can do that. You can go for a run, or you can do some cardio or add different things in there. It's really up to you and what your body can handle at the point that it is, and then you can increase it from there. One thing I found though, most people don't work out 5 days out of the week, right? So if you're not doing that, like, that's okay too. You want to work up to that eventually. So what does it mean to work out? Do you need to get a gym membership? Do you need to neglect your family and go run 5 miles? Or do you need to put kind of your goals in life behind or in front of, like, your job and stuff like that? Absolutely not. Okay. You don't need to go buy a gym membership. You don't need a home gym. I don't have any of that. So what I started doing is just incorporating 30 minutes a day, whatever level you're at. There is yoga you can do. There's a bunch of free programs. I'll share, actually, I'm going to share after this a link with sample workouts that I use. This is not the only way. You can do however you want. This is just what I do, okay? So, figure out your goal first and foremost. Are you looking for energy? Do you need energy? Do you get home from work and you're just drained and you don't have the energy to give your kids or your spouse or your family because you're just emotionally, mentally drained from working all day? Do you need a stress reliever? We all have stress, right? The world we're living in just, it's stress. Stress is what everybody has. So what is your why to want to exercise? And then look at what can you do? Where are you at right now? And what can you do in the future? So is your goal to work out 5 days a week? Is your goal to just go work out? Go for a walk when it's nice out because you're not doing anything, right? So what is your goal? Write it down. You can type it in here if you want, if you feel comfortable with that. And then move up from there. Okay, so you don't work out. Let's just say you haven't exercised. You don't have the time. You don't know what to do. You walk into a gym and you're standing there and looking around and almost kind of embarrassed because you don't know what to do at a gym. Me neither. I didn't know what to do. I would walk in and I was like, if anybody walked in, I would leave and act like I was done. I was just really embarrassed, right? So what do you need to do? Okay, you're not working out right now. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this. So start with 15 minutes. Go for a 15-minute walk. Maybe on your lunch break while you're at work. Maybe you show up to work early and go to the gym and walk on the treadmill or go lift weights, whatever you know how to do. Maybe you stay at 15 to 20 minutes after work and get it done because you know right when you leave work, you have to go pick the kids up from daycare or go meet the husband, and then you're going to start the dinner thing, and then when dinner's done, you put your TV show on that you do together or play games, whatever you do at night, and then it's bedtime, and then you wake up and the day starts over, right? So find the pockets in your day, even if it's 15 minutes, where you can get exercise in. Does it have to be an hour? Does it have to be 5-mile runs? Like, no. Just start small where you are. If you are currently, if you're training for a 5K or you want to do a 5K, that sounds exciting, right? Plan it out in your day. Things are going to happen. Your day is not going to go as planned and it'll be all out the window and you'll just be overwhelmed, right? So plan it in. If it's not planned in your day, it's not going to happen. None of us were born to work out from 11 to 11:30, right? It wasn't on my schedule. I had to make the time. I am super busy, as all of us are, right? So if you don't make the time, you won't find the time. You can't find it. You got to make it. So just think of pockets in your day where you can do it, whether it's 2 15-minute intervals or if you can do a 30-minute, like I said, on your lunch, wherever, okay? Then nutrition. There's a saying that I always hear, one of our personal trainers. So I work with a company where they have personal trainers and these workout plans that we get to look at, and you get to choose from based on your level. And I'm going to share those with you, like I said. So you'll kind of see the variety of it. Well, one of our personal trainers always has a saying, and she says, you cannot outwork a bad diet. If you are kicking butt in your workouts and then you eat a chocolate cake afterwards all the time, or you're just overdoing the sweets and the processed foods and all that, it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're not going to jump ahead very fast, right? You might go backwards, actually. So one thing that really goes with your workouts is the nutrition. Does this mean you need to go all no carbs, or you need to jump into keto? Keto works for some people. Low carb works for some people. You have to find what works for you and your lifestyle. But no, it does not mean that you can't eat cake again, or you can't have ice cream or popcorn or the things you like. Does not mean you have to get rid of all processed foods. Does not mean you have to buy all the veggies and all the fruit that you don't like and force yourself to eat it. It's not going to work. I've tried. If you don't eat Brussels sprouts now, you've tried it, don't do it. You're not going to stick to it, right? So, nutrition. There's 5 things that will help you with switching up your nutrition that I use and kind of coach on. So the first thing is less sugar. If you can cut out some sugars in your day, that's where you want to start. So sugar is very, very addicting. Even coffee creamer, candy, whatever. The moment your tongue tastes sugar, it craves more sugar. So if you're starting your morning out with coffee creamer, you're going to be wanting sugar the rest of the day, right? I do drink coffee creamer, but I can control and tell myself my mindset is built up enough where I know I don't need the sugar. I don't want any more. I can do just 1 cup of coffee with a little bit of creamer. I keep going. Every time I drink less and less and less creamer. It used to be like a splash of coffee in my creamer. So we're getting better. The other thing, so lower your sugar. If you can, swap out snacks. Like if you have candy in your desk at work, swap that out and maybe put an apple in there. You know, bring and put out the foods at your house and at work that you want to snack on. So if you have candy on your desk for kids that come into your class, you can have those, but maybe put them behind your computer so it's on their side so you don't see it. Out of sight, out of mind. The other thing you can do that I really like doing is having at home, I have kids, which are currently fighting. I have kids. Oh, let me. One moment. Chloe, please, I'm doing a video. Yeah. So, sorry about that. Mom life. So I do have kids here. So we have food that they're going to snack on and eat that I want to stay away. Out of sight, out of mind. Put it out of your view. Don't put it in front of you. If you see it, you're going to want it. Okay? So put it in a cabinet that's maybe the snack cupboard or something where it's out of sight, out of mind. Okay? And then the other thing I do is buy a lot more fruits and veggies and put them, when you open the fridge, the first shelf you see, put the good stuff. Because that's what you're going to reach for more than the sugary drinks or whatever you have in there, okay? The other thing, so the first thing is less sugar. The second thing, more veggies and fruits. You want to be eating about a cup of veggies at every meal, up to 3 to 4 times a day. So you could have it at a snack if you miss it with breakfast, but you want to do about a cup of veggies a day. When you measure, when you have veggies, actually measure it out and see how many you are eating. Okay? Because I thought oh yeah, it's about a cup. I measured it. It was like a half a cup, maybe. It's actually a big heap and pile of veggies. So try and fit those into your meals. Try and plan for them. They don't have to be organic. They just have to be veggies. If they're canned, they're veggies. If they're fresh, great, okay? So more veggies and more fruits in your day. If you can add maybe breakfast, you skip it. I used to skip breakfast. So maybe as you have your cup of coffee or tea or whatever you drink on your drive into work, maybe have an apple with, or some kind of veggie or some kind of fruit to snack on, versus skipping it completely or having a bad choice, like a bag of chips or something like that, okay? The other thing is choose whole grains. With my condition I can't eat like seeds, nuts, and shells and stuff like that. So a lot of grain breads have those in them that I can't eat. But there's so many options out there. If you eat tortillas, get the whole grain tortillas. If you're having bread, get the honey wheat or wheat bread. Just small changes like that make a huge difference when you are trying to be healthy in that. You're going to feel a lot better. You're not going to feel as sluggish. You're not going to feel as weighted down from those. So choose whole grains, even if it's spaghetti noodles. You're covering them with spaghetti anyways, so try those things. The other thing you could do with the veggies too is they're really good, like zucchini noodles. I love those in spaghetti. Really, really good. The fourth thing that you want to do is increase your water intake. So I always have water on my desk, a water bottle with water. On my desk, wherever I am. If I go somewhere, I carry it with me. I have kids, so I always get one with a loop, because it takes one finger to carry a water bottle and like 2 kids and backpack and whatever else I have. So have water on you. I always get one that it measures it. So this is a 32-ounce bottle. You want to actually drink half your body weight in ounces. So let's say you are, let's do easy math here, 200 pounds, you want to drink 100 ounces of water, okay? If you're 150 pounds, 75 ounces of water, okay? Every day. If that scares you and freaks you out right now, it did to me. I didn't drink that much water. Don't start at that goal amount. Set that as your goal. Just drink more than you did the day before. If you had no water yesterday, drink 10 ounces today. If you had 32 ounces yesterday, one water bottle, big one, do 42. Just keep increasing it and stick to that for 5 to 7 days before you jump in and try and do more, because habits stick. If you want to make it a habit, you want it to stick, you want it to be sustainable, something you can stick with and have long term, right? If you told me I drank no ounces yesterday and I have to drink 75 today, I'd be like, you're crazy. It's not happening. That goal seems way out there, right? So keep it simple. Do a little bit at a time. Lower processed foods. There's no truly amazing benefits from processed foods. It's convenient. I get it. I have a bunch of different tricks and tips on like meal planning and prepping. I have a group that I can share in here if you would be interested in jumping in that. But lower processed foods. Try and stick to the perimeter of the grocery store. So typically, grocery stores, especially around here, they have like the fresh and frozen foods on the perimeter, and all the processed stuff are in the inner aisles. So what I start on the outside, shop the perimeter, and then if there's certain things you need in the aisle, like spices or whatever else, go in the aisles. But I try and plan my eating with the perimeter food. So that's going to be like dairy, that's always on the end. You got the fruits and veggies over here. You got the meats, the protein here, so shop the perimeter first and try and stay out of those inner aisles if you can. That really out of sight, out of mind. If you're not going down the chip aisle, you're not going to think about buying chips, right? They don't put those on the outside. They put those in the inner aisles. So that's one thing on nutrition. Like I said, you could do keto, you can do low carb. You have to find what works for you, but what is also sustainable. If you are not going to eat the foods that they're asking you to eat just because you don't want to make multiple meals for you and your family, then that's not going to work. There's so many things you can do out there. There's so many little changes you can do to your nutrition that it doesn't need to be crazy. Okay. So I tend to do, the same meal for my kids. My kids eat everything I do. I just add extra for me. So they're kind of picky with their veggies. They don't always eat them, but I make extra for me, right? So we eat the same, like fajitas often. They don't eat the peppers, so I'll just make a can of green beans or corn or something for them, and I'll take their peppers and onions because they're not going to eat them. So they still do the meat. We do Taco Tuesdays. You can do a taco salad versus the tortilla if you want to cut and do low carb. There's so many things you can do. Make sure it's something that you can stick with and be consistent with, because if you're not consistent, it's not going to stick. It's not going to work for you, okay? So one thing with consistency, it's going to come for exercise, nutrition, and mindset. I'm going to get into mindset here in a minute. It's my absolute favorite thing. But one thing about being consistent, I think of like sports. So when I think of school, I think of sports. When kids and coaches are training, let's go with basketball, because I know there's a lot of basketball fans out there. And when they are getting ready to go to a basketball game or tournament or whatever it is, do they practice the day before the tournament? Or do they practice just one day and then they go play a game and then they wait a week? Their game's on Friday, so they'll practice again next Thursday? No. Do they do like 4-hour-long practices? No. People got lives, right? That's crazy. I'm thinking high school, maybe college, I don't know about that, or professional. But what they do is you practice 5 days a week, right? Or 4 days if you play a game on Friday. You practice Monday through Thursday. It's going to be an hour practice or a shorter practice. You're going to do a little bit consistently. And then the end result is you know how to work as a team. You play good, like you know what you're doing, right? Where if you were to just throw the kids out on the court one day and be like, all right, we're going to stay here for 4 hours, and then next Tuesday we're going to have a game, they're going to forget a lot of things. It's not going to be, the positions aren't going to be engraved in their mind, the plays, all that, right? They're not going to know how to work as a team. So when it comes to exercise and nutrition and mindset, you could go all in one day, but then if you don't do it consistently, you're going to forget, right? So you could throw yourself in a 5-mile run, or you could go 100% eating perfect one day. You're going to feel good for a little bit, but then you're going to feel drained. You're going to feel confused. You're not going to have these habits that stick. It's just, you're going to struggle. So you want to do small things consistently to make them a habit, and then they're going to stick. You're going to have a better end result. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be something that you can stick to because it's just, it seems small and easy for you, right? So mindset is another thing. I don't want you to go sit down and read a whole book right now, because by the end of the book, you're not going to get everything out of it. You want to take little pieces at a time, right? So mindset, all in or all out. This is what I really struggled with. I was the all in or all out person, with my health, my nutrition, my mindset. If I had a goal, I was going to work out 30 minutes every day, 5 days a week. Okay. Well, then pretty soon, like the kid gets sick or I get sick or something, I miss a day. Well, then I just throw in the cards. I quit. I'm all out. It didn't stick. I wasn't going to do it. Well, over a while, pretty soon it's like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. And then I need to do like 5 workouts in one day to stay caught up with my friends. And that's not going to happen. That goes back to the like coaching thing I was just sharing about for basketball. Doesn't make sense, right? So you want to set non-negotiables on everything in life. Okay, your non-negotiable. If your goal is to have the laundry caught up every day, or to eat healthy or exercise or whatever it is, any goal in life, it doesn't have to just be healthy goals, or what we're talking about, health goals. If you want to have laundry caught up every day and pretty soon you're traveling, get behind, right? You need to set a non-negotiable. So your non-negotiable is you're going to fold a load of laundry sometime today. Your non-negotiable for nutrition is you're going to get in a healthy serving of veggies at lunchtime, 1 time a day. Okay? Your non-negotiable with exercises, you don't have a half hour or 15 minutes to work out, so you're just going to go down to the weight room and work out for 10 minutes. Jumping jacks, sit-ups, push-ups, done. 10 minutes, right? What's going to happen with that is your mind, like you're promising yourself you're going to work out or whatever your goal is going to be. You're telling yourself, I did it. I didn't do 100%, but guess what? 10% effort is better than 0, right? 5% effort is better than 0. So set a non-negotiable in your life, in your relationships, with your spouse, whatever. With exercise, nutrition, set a non-negotiable. Okay? Another thing on mindset that I never did before, I never used any kind of like podcast, books, personal development. I didn't use any of that because I didn't know what it did. Okay? Like I kind of understood you should probably read or whatever. But I didn't realize all the resources we have out there. So mindset is going to control everything. It controls your mood. It controls how you react to things. It controls your goals. It controls how you feel about yourself. Like, it controls your life, okay? Mindset changed my life. Positive mindset changed my life. I used to worry about what people thought of me. I would live in fear. I would not really dig deep for what I wanted and my goals in life and what I wanted to become as a mom or a person or whatever, because I was so worried about what others would think. Or I didn't have, growing up, I didn't have that positive influence that was always filling my mind with positivity, right? So when I started digging deep into mindset, I started learning a lot of things. Your life you are 100% in control of it. There's nobody coming here to save you, right? So it's kind of scary to hear that, but it's so true. You are in control of what happens to you, how you react to things, your energy, your mood, everything. What you put out there, what you receive in, you're in control of all of that. So mindset is huge. If you tell yourself that you can do it, you're going to do it. If you tell yourself you can't, you're not. So there's a saying I always share with my kids. It's whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Isn't that, it just like digs deep. So mindset. I have started implementing 10 minutes minimum of mindset work in the morning. Whether that is a podcast or reading a book. If you are hands-on, read a book, okay? Or if it's an audiobook. My busy days, I put a headset in, I set an audiobook on my phone, and I listen to that while I'm doing things. Yes, if you're distracted, you may not get all of it, but you are taking in something, whether you know it or not. So 10-minute minimum, whether you're driving to work in your car, instead of listening to the music, put on your podcast or listen to an audible. Okay. If you are waiting in line at a car wash or to get your oil changed or whatever, have a book out, be reading it. Okay. I do listen to podcasts, audibles. I do read books. I kind of do all of it depending on the day. So what I do, I have a few books I'm going to share, and I take the covers off just because they get messy otherwise. So a few that I have read that I like and recommend is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Okay. Everything is Figure Outable. I love this, by Marie Forleo. I'm horrible with names. Everything is Figure Outable. The 5-second rule. This changed my life to get my butt out of bed in the morning or to face my fears. It's really good. Mel Robbins, 100% recommend this book. That is gold. Liquid gold. Gold. 5-second rule. And then Hello Fears. I have the book in my car, but here's the cover. Hello Fears is one. This is like a workbook. It's not a book that you would read and then share with your friend or your sister or whatever. This is one that you actually work through. You actually write in it. So many valuable things I've gotten out of that. Mindset is something that you use for your relationships whatever you're struggling with, if you're struggling with relationships or just positive mindset or fears, like just Google personal development for blank. Personal development for discipline. If you don't have good discipline, whatever you want, Google it. You'll find some. If you have any questions, definitely drop it below or message me and I can definitely, actually I'll share a list here of the books, the top books for certain things, whether it's relationships, whatever. I'll drop in the comments here. I'll share a link or a picture. I'm not sure how it'll show up. But one thing that I would definitely recommend with all of this, wherever you're at in your health journey, if you haven't started or if you're currently doing one or if you need to get back into it, I do have the group that I'll share. It's called Healthy-ish with Ashley. And I do share like 5-day water challenges. I do some workout challenges. I share recipes that you could use, mindset, like mindful mornings, stuff like that. But the main thing I would recommend, if you take anything out of this, is to surround yourself with positive community. Surround yourself with people that are looking for what you're looking for in life. If that is working out, if you need a workout buddy, if you need an accountability group, so surround yourself with those people because you become who you're surrounded by. They say the 5 people you see the most are what you become. So whether that's a spouse or parents or siblings or best friends, whoever you surround yourself with, you become what they are. Okay? So surround yourself with positive people. That doesn't mean you need to get rid of anybody. There's room for everybody here. Okay? But then, yeah, get in an accountability group. If you want info on my accountability groups that I do, definitely let me know. I'd love to share more. But basically, start where you are and just try and do a little better every day with your exercise, with your nutrition, and with your mindset. So, Mallory had talked to me about sharing or getting on and maybe doing a group workout. I would love to do that. So how I do that quick, and then I'll get off here. How I do that is I just jump on a Zoom video and we set it up for a certain time. Everybody jumps on, we say, hey, and then what you're going to do for that 30 minutes. And then 30 minutes later, we come back on and we share what we did and just cheer each other on. And then we go off with our day. So it's really fun to do. I do a lot of them in the morning, but it's kind of hard to find a morning routine for people that are just getting started out and to make it all work. So I am definitely available this Thursday. I could do one. If there's another day that works better for the group, let me know, but I can definitely do like Thursday at 4:00 Central Time. If that works, from 4 to 4:30, we'll jump on a Zoom, say, hey, I can drop the link for that, and then 4:30 we'll jump back on and say, way to go, guys! So that's ultimate accountability. You do not have to show yourself working out. That's embarrassing for some people. I get it. So if you're interested in that, I love doing those. Yeah, let me know any questions you have when you watch this on the replay. Let me know if you're watching the replay. I'll shoot you a message and say, hey, thank you for jumping on. But that's what I've got. So hopefully we'll see some of you on Thursday if that works. Let's play on Thursday at 4 Central and 4 p.m. Central. And yeah, I will drop some info for you guys to check out on the recommended podcast and books to read and some other things that I've shared about today. Thank you guys so much. Have a happy day.